Hello and welcome to Rivyn Elowen's channel. zzzero 3.0 is here, woohoo! And it comes not only with a playable faith in, a new region, a new element, but also 2 new disk drive sets, double woohoo! And while one of those disk drive sets looks like it could force a certain character to leave her retirement home, you might be a bit disappointed. And now back to the actual Rivyn Elowen.
Welcome, Rivyn Toulouse, and this is your complete breakdown of the new disk drive sets in 3.0. Well, as far as that is possible. Let's begin with a Wuthering Salon, the new generic set for our wind agents. The 2-piece grants us a 10% wind damage bonus, which is effectively just the same as our already known, for example, fire damage bonus, well, just for wind of course, and also goes into the same damage bonus bucket within the damage formula. With Velina being, at least for now, our only wind agent, we will use this on Velina and, well, no one else. The 4-piece then effectively grants us a generic 50 anomaly proficiency for 40 seconds after using an EX special, and if the equipper triggers a wind anomaly, and hence windswept, they also gain a further 18% damage bonus for the same duration. While 50 anomaly proficiency are pretty generic and hence usable on all anomaly agents, they are not enough to offset the missing 2-piece stats in addition to more specifically tailored 4-piece effects. Which means we can cut this section rather short. You can and you will use the set on Velina, and that's about it. At least for now, up until a new wind unit is released. So instead, let's talk about the new disk drive set, the Sky Ablaze. An ether attacker set just like chaotic metal. Except this one doesn't require corruption, which is great because corruption doesn't exist with wind in the team. If you want to know more about how the new wind anomaly works, please check out my wind and anomaly guide right here after this video. The 2-piece set grants us a 10% ether damage bonus, and that makes it well usable on Pyrois, Nangongyu, Aria, Yijuan, and Zuyuan. The 4-piece then grants the equipper a generic 30% crit damage bonus, and upon using either an EX special or ultimate, the equipper's attack increases by a further 10% for 30 seconds, which means we can expect a permanent uptime on this on basically every user. This attack bonus is combat attack, and hence also pretty good. As the 4-piece crit damage is locked to being an ether type agent, this set is primarily useful on ether units that actively want to crit, which means Pyrois and Zuyuan, at least for now. In fact, it is good on Zuyuan. It is just much worse than a 4-piece puffer Electro is. But a 4-piece puffer requires Dialin, and also not everybody has Dialin. The new set is at least about even up with chaotic metal, if just slightly worse. Chaotic metal does somewhat require Nicole, however, and if you don't like Nicole, or you simply don't have an easy time maintaining corruption, it is at least an alternative for her. Unfortunately, however, Zuyuan is heavily outclassed by our MC Pyrois, so while this set is great for Zizu, it unfortunately does not help her get back to new levels of strength. Also, as previously mentioned, chaotic metal does in fact require corruption to work, and if we are to get a new wind support or stunner in the future, that also happens to be great for Zuyuan, chaotic metal might not be an option anymore, at least for that team. Means while the set is benched for her for now, it might be an option for her in the future. Also, let's address the elephant in the room, because I know the question will come up in the comments. What about Yijuan? The short answer is no, definitely not. The long answer is, well, longer, who would have thought. First up, Yijuan already gains a lot of crit damage from various sources, depending on the team and matchup, such as her core skill, Dialin signature, or Jufufu's core for example, King of the Summit, and also Lucia, which all massively diminish the value gained from the part of this set's 4-piece effect. Second, Rupture has a frankly rather horrible attack to sheer force conversion in the first place, and with a combat attack scaling of your initial attack and Rupture agents having a very low attack in the first place, these 10% combat attack really don't do all too much. Well, and third, last and most importantly, a 4-piece Yunqui is simply just too good. 12% crit rate and 10% sheer damage are just much better than whatever the Sky Ablaze would provide to Rupture agents. And honestly, that is also already the entire video, because there is no way whatsoever I can or even want to stretch this out to 8 minutes. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if this, well, rather short video has been helpful to you. Leave a comment on your thoughts about Zenless Zone Zero 3.0 and the new disk drive sets, and of course, join the Discord. A special thanks goes to my YouTube and Patreon members who make this content possible. If you wish to support me, you will find a link to my Patreon in the description, or simply click the join button right below this video. And as always, I appreciate all of you and wish you a great day. Peace!